Hey everyone! Welcome back to Alisa English. I'm Alisa.
And I'm Chris. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us: government. What it does, what it should do, and what we expect from it.
Whether it's about education, healthcare, or the environment, governments play a key role in shaping our lives. So, let's dive into a discussion about the role of government in modern society and how people's opinions vary around the world.
So, Alisa, what do you think is the most important responsibility of a government?
Hmm, that's tough. But I'd say providing basic services like education, healthcare, and public safety is a top priority.
Totally agree. Without access to those, it's hard for people to thrive. I also think maintaining public infrastructure, roads, transportation, clean water, is essential.
Yes, and during the pandemic, we saw how important public health systems are. Some governments handled it better than others.
That brings up a good point. Government transparency really matters. When leaders are honest and open, people trust them more.
Right? And unfortunately, that's not always the case. In some places, corruption is still a huge issue.
One of our new vocabulary words, corruption, means dishonest behavior by those in power, often involving money.
Exactly. And it's a big problem because it affects the poor the most.
Do you think governments should provide universal basic income?
That's another great term. Universal basic income means giving every citizen a regular amount of money, no matter their job status. Some countries are experimenting with it.
Yeah, it's controversial. Some people say it encourages laziness, while others think it reduces poverty.
What about taxes? Some say we pay too much and don't get enough in return.
True, but it depends on how the money is used. I support taxes if they're spent wisely, like on schools, hospitals, and clean energy.
Me too. I think governments should invest in long-term solutions, not just short-term fixes.
Here's a good idiom: money doesn't grow on trees, meaning resources are limited, so governments must spend wisely. Example: we can't fund every project. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Great one. Another idiom is pass the buck, meaning to avoid responsibility by blaming someone else. Example, the mayor tried to pass the buck to the city council after the budget failed.
That happens a lot in politics. Speaking of that, do you think young people are getting more involved?
Actually, yes. I've noticed a rise in youth activism and awareness. Social media has made politics more accessible.
Which is great. A well informed public is crucial for a healthy democracy.
And education plays a role in that, right? Civic education teaches people how their governments work.
For sure. One phrase I like is hold the government accountable. It means citizens should demand answers and action from leaders.
Exactly. That's the power of voting and freedom of speech.
One more useful phrase: policy making process, how new laws and policies are created. It's more complex than it seems.
Definitely, and I think it's time we summarize today's vocabulary.
Let's review the new vocabulary and expressions we learned today.
5 vocabulary words: corruption, dishonest or illegal behavior by officials. Example, corruption in local government can slow down development. Universal basic income, a regular payment given to all citizens. Example, Finland tested universal basic income to reduce poverty. Public health system, government-supported healthcare. Example, a strong public health system is essential during pandemics. Government transparency, openness in decision-making. Example, transparency builds public trust in leaders. Policy-making process, the way laws and policies are created. Example, citizens can influence the policy-making process through protests or petitions. Vartijana very safe.
5 common phrases: provide basic services, offer essential services like healthcare, maintain infrastructure, keep roads, buildings, and systems working. Long-term solutions, plans that work over time, not just temporarily. Hold the government accountable, make leaders responsible for their actions. Spend wisely, use money efficiently.
2 idioms. Money doesn't grow on trees, meaning resources are limited. Example, we must set priorities when planning the national budget. Money doesn't grow on trees. Pass the buck, meaning avoid responsibility by blaming others. Example, the governor passed the buck when asked about the housing crisis.
And that's a wrap on today's episode. We hope this helped you learn new vocabulary and think more deeply about the role of government.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your opinion. What should governments focus on? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future lessons. See you next time on Alisa English. Bye.
Bye.